All right, we're here with the second video of the day. We're going to cover some of the protesting that's been happening over the past couple of days. We got first from Breitbart, BLM activists assault woman and damage cars in California protests. Yeah, they were protesting. In one of the videos, I don't know why she had her window down. She probably shouldn't have. But one of the guys literally, when he's walking by, just straight up punches her in the face. And then she drives away, and other people are just keying cars as they go by. They just start keying everyone's car, and it's, yeah, you guys are really, you're really fighting that injustice, man. Punching random women and keying their cars. You guys are real big and real and you know, the correct people, right? No. You guys aren't right at all. You should not be doing this. Yeah, you can protest, but you shouldn't be punching random people in the face, and you shouldn't be keying their car. So, California, you got problems. You got huge problems. Because we've also got here, this isn't really, protesting, but California is just awful. It says the blood of children being shot is on your hands. Fresno DA slams Governor Newsom for his bail policies that have left violent criminals out of prison. So this might necessarily be protest news, but he's sending these, technically it is, I guess, he's sending these protesters back out. He's not giving them bail. The bail bond is set to $0, so they don't have to pay anything. They basically just get to walk free and then commit more crimes, and now there's children's blood on pretty much Governor Newsom's hands. Because he's allowing this to happen. And any other state that is going to allow this to happen, and DA allow this to happen, then I think you guys need to be under investigation, tried, and probably found for your crimes of harming the citizens you're supposed to help. I don't know what kind of charges you can bring on that, but a sudden rise in violent crime in California County is drawing criticism from a local district attorney who is laying the blame squarely at the feet of State Governor Gavin Newsom. The coronavirus pandemic, coupled with new rules over bail practices, has led to more criminals being let out from prison either early or simply without spending any time in jail at all. Law enforcement officials and the district attorney of Fresno County in the central portion of the state are not happy with Governor Newsom. The coronavirus pandemic led to social distancing requirements. I don't care. Fresno Police Chief Andy Hall has said the release of such violent inmates must now come to an end. Our jails and our prisons are essential services to our community. Holding criminals accountable is the very foundation or cornerstone of our justice system, said Chief Hall. Meanwhile, Governor Newsom also introduced several other initiatives, including $0 bail from some bonded quickly from jail, which have also led to an increase in numbers of violent criminals on the streets. The blood of the children being shot by out-of-control gang members in our city is on your hands and on the hands of every person who does not make public safety a priority, said Fresno County District Attorney Lisa Smitkamp. Last weekend, there were 5 murders. Overall, in 2020, there have been almost twice as many shootings compared to 2019. Now, local, state, and federal level officials are banding together to fight the crime. It is through a coalition of different law enforcement agencies that they hope to disrupt the system and focus on arresting gang leaders. And it's the politics, it's the governor, it's people like Nancy Pelosi and them. They don't care about the citizens that they're supposed to help. They have their message. They're going to be adamant about it, and they're not going to stand down from that, I guess, at this point. So we need to get rid of them. We need to remove them from office and never let them have power ever again. Because this is awful, Governor Gavin Newsom. You need to step up and take some responsibility for a change, because then all you're going to do, because what you do is then blame Trump for all of this, even though it's your state and the problem is on your hands. Well, up next, we've got another protest. These ones are erupting in San Bernardino after armed black man was wrestled to the ground and shot 4 times at close range by a cop outside a liquor store. Protests have erupted in San Bernardino after an allegedly armed black man was wrestled to the ground and shot 4 times at close range by a cop outside a liquor store. Why are you saying allegedly? They found a gun at the scene. You can see in the video when he's on the ground, he takes the gun out, and it's held in his hands. The cop notices it, backs up from the guy because he couldn't get him to the ground. I mean, the black individual was way bigger and I guess stronger than the cop, so he backed up, saw the gun, pulled his own gun, and shot because do you really want to take that chance? Do you want this guy to then just start shooting at you, and wildly at whoever's behind you? Because there was someone obviously filming right behind the police officer. Not directly behind, but they were like kind of like in the door of the liquor store. It says, Mark Matthew Bender, Jr., 35, was shot dead by a San Bernardino police officer Thursday night responding to reports of someone jumping on cars. Bystander cell phone footage shows Bender and the cop struggling on the ground at the 200 block of West Baseline Street outside King Tut Liquor before the officer pulls out his gun, and opens fire on the black man. Police released the body cam footage from the incident, revealing the cop pointed his gun at Bender as soon as he spotted him strolling past the store. As the force defended the officer, saying Bender was armed with an unregistered gun. The male cop has not been identified, but footage appears to show he is white. It's like, okay, thanks for that sentence. You guys gotta keep hammering in that they're white and they're killing the blacks. But you also got to remember that this guy was a career criminal. Apparently, he's had charges, a ton of charges, going all the way back like 17 years. And he's only 35, so half of his life he has criminal charges. Like, this guy isn't good. He was obviously doing something bad. He ended up getting the cop tried to subdue him, and he decided to take out a gun, and then the cop shot him. So you can see that the cop has his gun out here in the photo. Guy's walking, and then I'm guessing that they then try to tackle, and you can see from the pictures that boom, boom. You can actually, I believe it's in his right hand. You can actually see that he's holding something. You can see right there. Boom. You can't quite tell, but we do know he took something out. It kind of does look like he's holding a bit of a handgun there. So, and one was recovered from the scene. So police released the image of a gun they said Bender was armed with. Police said Bender had a long rap sheet, but it is not clear if the cop recognized Bender. So that's pretty much the story, and as soon as this was heard, protests erupted. For some reason, this guy was a career criminal. He did something wrong, but it doesn't matter because it was just a white cop killing a black man who was armed, who was doing illegal things, apparently. I mean, even if he wasn't actually doing the illegal things, like they were saying, jumping on people's cars, why was he being subdued like that? Why did he then take out a gun? Like, we need to know a bit more of the information here, but it says you can't justify a murder because he had a gun. Neighbor John Anderson told CBS Local. He had a gun if he did to protect themselves, probably from them. They're the ones doing the damage. They're the ones doing the hurt. Bender's killing tops of a growing list of cop killings of black people across America in recent months. I don't know why these people keep putting career criminals as their spokespeople, I guess, as their martyrs. Do you guys not realize that these people aren't doing the correct things? Like, one, the cop wouldn't have been there if he probably wasn't jumping on cars. He wouldn't have been shot if he didn't take out a gun. It kind of reminds me, I ended up watching a Key and Peele sketch that was, you have the police officer, he pulls out his gun, tells him, you need to stop, get down, stop, don't move, stop. And then you see the criminal slowly walk to his car, get into his car, go to the glove compartment, take out the gun, and point it at the police officer while he's still continuously going, stop, don't do it, stop, I'm gonna shoot, stop, don't. And then as soon as the gun is pointed on the cop, he goes, damn, and then goes down. It's like, is that what you want to happen? Because then the cop's just gonna get shot. Who knows who else could be shot? Like, are you guys just this dumb at this point to continue protesting for all these career criminals? Like, are you that blinded by your hatred at this point? I'd have to guess. That's like the only guess that I can really come across then, is that you're this blinded by your hate and rage that any sort of logic and reason is just gone. Anyways, I'll leave it there. I'm gonna do one more video on kind of the election shite. So we'll get to it. I will see you in the next video then. You have a good one.